I'm Flight Sergeant Cormac, and I'm going to be teaching you all the different things important to having nice boots. Yay! So, a couple things you need your boots, obviously. Duh. You need a toothbrush, right? Yeah, for doing your welts, preferably one you don't use in your mouth, because that's disgusting. Black boot polish. I think you can use neutral, but I wouldn't recommend it because I don't know anybody that's worked for. Parade gloss is okay, but you don't want to start with parade gloss, so just stick with regular polish for now. I buy Kiwi. Yeah, Kiwi polish, which is available in loads of different places. I buy mine at Shoppers. I think the grocery store has it, yeah. Loads of different places. It's really available. It's like the most popular brand of boot polish. Polishing cloth. Also Kiwi. You can usually get it in a pack with polish. They have like polishing cloths because they're soft and you don't get like weird thready scratches on your boot from them. So yeah, that's what you need material wise. Okay, so I start with the welts, so these stitching bits. A lot of dust and dirt collects up in there. You wanna get rid of that or cover it up. So what you do is you take the toothbrush, the aforementioned toothbrush, okay, yeah, and you polish, and you just sort of like put polish on your toothbrush. It's not that difficult, guys, like really, okay? So, suitably covered, okay, and my boot, and I just pick a place to start, and just sort of like you're brushing teeth, I guess, you just shove it in and cover up that dust. It should look sort of matte black at the end. Okay, so I've done all the welts on this boot, and now I'm gonna polish it and stuff. So usually, if your boots stay nice, you only ever have to do the scuffs that you get through Wednesday nights and stuff. But if they're overall not that great, then you want to start with a base coat. So I have my cloth here, and everybody sort of holds it differently. And I apparently hold mine weirdly, but oh well. Where is it? Okay. So usually, I think most people use 2 fingers. I don't know. I use 1. Yeah. And then I take my polish, and if I'm doing a base coat, I put a lot on, so I cover my fingertip in polish. But I'm just gonna work on the scuffs now, so just a bit like that should be good for now. So there are 2 different things to do. You can use water or spit, and water is better for your boots. I personally use spit, but you should use water. Okay, so most people I know just stick water in a container. You can use like the lid for your polish as long as you take it out after so your polish doesn't get all wet. But I'm gonna use spit, and I just lick my cloth. So I find one of my scuffs, there's a really bad one right here, and I just sort of cover the polish in that area. And I really hope you fast forward this because it's like, whoa. And then you basically just keep working it in. It gets so tedious, but it's worth it. So just go around, do small circles, press down fairly hard. Don't just like move your finger over top. It's not going to do anything that way. So just go around, lots of little circles. You can occasionally add more water or spit or whatever if it starts to seem a bit dry. So you can see how it's starting to not be as like solid black against the rest of the leather of the boot. So now you don't have to do such small circles. I start doing bigger circles and just sort of, it's almost done. Just finish rubbing it in. When it looks like the shinier than it was before, then it's kind of when you're done. When you don't see any of those streaky lines, I guess. So, still really streaky, but it's definitely better looking than it was before. And you can see how the scuff on the toe of my boot is not as prominent as it was before. Yay! That is how you get rid of scuffs. So I finish polishing up the rest of them. So, like I mentioned before, a base coat's a really good place to start if your boots really suck to begin with or don't have like a whole lot of polish on them anyways. So usually if your boots are new, or yeah. So what you're gonna do is you take your polish, your cloth, and don't have to look yours, this is just me. and you're gonna put loads and loads of polish, like really, really solid. Lots and lots of polish. A base coat's basically to start it off, and usually you don't have any polish on your boot. I have loads of polish on my boot already, but I just like to start over with base coats sometimes. So I'm gonna do this heel right here, and I'm just gonna cover the whole area in polish. Lots and lots of polish. Okay, and now I'm just gonna slowly work it in, just going around. This usually takes a lot longer than just polishing a simple scuff, but it's a great place to start, and it's really important when polishing your boots. So, a couple things to remember, you have to do that all the way around the boot. A lot of people will just polish the heel and the very tip of their toe. No, it is actually in the inspection that the whole toe, this whole thing, is polished, okay? Also, do your sides. We can see them. If they look bad, it's obvious. Sides, you don't really have to do this upper part, but down here is okay too, for sure. Also, keep in mind, this tutorial doesn't really show like the actual effort that goes into polishing your boots to have really nice shiny ones, like a lot of the seniors have. My boots started out shiny, like today for this tutorial, but a lot of level 1s, especially you guys, have boots that are new, you've never done it before, and they don't have a lot of polish. It takes a lot of work, like so much work. A good way to get them up to like a high standard is just to work on them a bit every week. So obviously right away your boots aren't going to be mirror finish, but if you do work on them, it's still obvious than if you haven't. So like a half an hour a week is still something. Base coats, yes, really important. And a couple other things. This is the method of polishing your boots that you should really be using. Alright, so important thing that a lot of people get wrong is lacing their boots up the right way. You don't want to have it crossed like you would with regular boots or shoes, because these are cadet boots, and you want to have like nice horizontal lines. So you start out by just threading it through the bottom one, just like right here. Try and make it centered as possible so you don't run out of lace randomly halfway through. Alright, so roughly center. Yeah, so check. Nope, not centered. One moment. It's taking you a moment. Close enough. Sweet. Alright, so this one, I always start on this side, is gonna go through the bottom, right here. You're gonna skip one of the holes and go into the next one. So it's gonna go through here. Pull that through there. This one, you're gonna do the opposite. So on the same side, right here, you're not gonna skip one, you're just gonna go to the next one. Okay? Like so. So now you should have one that's here and one that's here that's a bit higher. This one comes across, straight across to the one across, the one that you skipped before. Yeah, there we go. There. Pull it sort of tight. And then this one that you just pulled through, you would skip a hole because there's that lace through it, and you're gonna go through this one. If I can actually get it through. Whee! This one, which you haven't really bothered with so far, is gonna come straight across, just like we did before. And up you go, skip the hole. Right, so you're skipping this one, you're gonna come through this one. This one, okay, comes across. This one comes across. So when you want to tie your boots once they're actually on your feet, you're gonna do a double knot here. Right, this is really weird because it's not on my foot. Double knot. And then with these last two holes, you're gonna just stick your laces in, right? and hopefully they stay there, because it looks really bad when you've got laces sticking out randomly when you're on parade. You don't want to see your laces.